I just... Oh. Good morning, Mr. Wright.
Good morning. Chipper as ever this morning, I see.
I'm just thankful we actually got to have a trial for Orla. As a matter of fact, I just ran a few laps around the courthouse to get extra pumped.
And I just splashed my face with some water to get sleep out of my eyes.
Poke Girl sent out, I don't know if you heard my theory, but I think it's rhymes. Oh, also, I queued the Swashbuckler video so we can watch it anytime.
Oh, boy.
Yep. I had a number of, 3 questions that I gave to Shiro pre-stream. And they're pretty big questions, I'm guessing. Ooh, I love this animation.
Captain Orla! He made it just in time!
So...
We be pirates, we love to sail the
How is this going to
seven
become
seas.
relevant?
Just a bunch of scallywags who are as free can be. We swim through storms and waves, all because you see grand treasure and adventures waiting just for me.
I think I saw something.
What'd you see?
So, right at the end, remember how in the Orca pool you were talking about that crane? The crane line was in that last shot.
Shit, really?
Yes.
Go back, go back, go back, go back.
See, there it is.
Yeah, that's totally it.
That could also be the crane that helps get Orla to that spot as well. Like, that's probably one of its main purpose, is to get Orla from there to the stage.
Yeah. I don't think the rich girl did it because I feel like she doesn't have the know-how about backstage, but I feel like she's the perfect witness to be biased about getting Orla killed.
The other question is, why is she there? Like,
we have a letter. Maybe that letter went to her, and then she went in? Rich girl, yeah, rich girl. And then my other question is, if you take a volleyball and then you wrap it in a bag and put the coins on outside the volleyball, would the orca still think it's a volleyball and whack it at him? And if that happened, why is he in the tank? And then the other one is, if you put a pail of fish in the murder room, and the penguin gets naturally attracted to fish and goes there, you could listen in on that room. But even better, not even better, if you take a dog whistle and you blow into it into a walkie-talkie, would it pick up the frequency? Because I know walkie-talkies aren't the best technology, right? But maybe, Rich Girl knew the trick, knew the penguin would be there at that time, maybe feeding time or something, and then blew into it? That's where I'm running at. Okay, let's go.
it's going to be interesting to see what happens here.
I had an entire Thursday and Friday of very quiet children, and that's the only thing I had to think about.
Thanks. It just might help our case. By the way, you have some serious dark circles. Did you stay up late watching this?
What? Me? No, I just woke up early, that's all.
Wait, you can kind of see a little bit of dark. Like, it looked a little bit darker there, but I doubt they would really change it.
Mm-hmm. Guess I need to cover them up. I got ragged on enough as it is by Prosecutor Blackwell.
Speaking of being pumped, I'm pretty fired up for this trial too. It's been a while.
Hee. That explains why your hair is spikier than usual. I mean, look at it. It's all super pokey and prickly and stuff. It's amazing. Isn't it always?
That was a compliment, right?
Good luck, Mr. Nick. I'll be cheering on you from the gallery.
Thanks, Pearls. It's been so long. I'm actually a little nervous.
Good morning, Mr. Lawyer. Mr. Rhymes, you came to watch the trial? Yeah, Sasha's back at the aquarium with the orca. So I thought I'd better come here to watch it for her. Well, don't you worry, we're gonna win for Orla. Isn't that right, boss?
Right. One unprecedented trial coming right up.
Oh, this will be great. Cross-examine the whale. They'll make him sing. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Aura Shipley.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Must we waste words on this? Prosecutor Simon Blackwood. Known as the Twisted Samurai, he's a prosecutor who's also a convicted felon. They say he never conducts a trial without his loyal Hakataka by his side.
Wait, what if, like... frick, what's the prosecutor? What if Edgeworth forced him to do it?
I doubt it.
He's head prosecutor, though. He has the authority to. Mr. Wright, it's been quite a while since I've seen you like that. The lawyer image suits you. You look younger somehow.
Thank you, Your Honor. And you look as young as ever yourself.
Well, I have to keep up with you folks, after all. By the way, has the defendant arrived in court yet?
Does he not know? Does the judge not know it's a whale and can't actually be
I don't think he knows it's a whale. It's an orca. Maybe the judge wasn't informed, and that's the joke?
Surely you jest your boldness. Do you not receive the memo? The defendant, Aura Shipley, is an orca at Ship-Shape Aquarium.
An orca? Arrangements for the trial were made only yesterday, so I didn't have time to review.
What? This is your job, you stupid judge.
But an orca as a defendant, it's patently absurd.
Direct your comments to the defense. He's the absurd fellow who insisted on defending the orca in court in the first place. Absurd or not, I will carry out my duty to defend my client.
Your duty to defend your crying ant? Don't you mean your crying orca, Mr. Wright? That's a lame. The judge is clearly had a long night.
If we are to proceed, we must treat the orca as we would any other defendant. Every soul, be it man or beast, is of equal value.
Because Blackwell said that, we can cross-examine the orca.
No, we're going to cross-examine Taka.
I want to cross-examine the orca.
The question that is whether that soul is painted in black or white. Take Taka, for example. He is as human in spirit as you or I. The real question is, am I in for more pain as always?
Orca or not, I suppose the defendant is still a defendant. And I vow to render my verdict fairly and impartially.
And probably try to do it early as well.
Ahem. Now then, Prosecutor Blackwell, your opening statement, if you would. He doesn't do them.
I suppose I can hardly leave it to someone who knew nothing of the defendant. Listen very well. Listen carefully. The orca murdered the owner of Ship-Shape Aquarium in the aquarium's orca pool. The orca apparently toyed with the victim mercilessly as he died.
A sadistic orca. What a chilling thought. And where exactly is the defendant now?
inside this?
A cell phone. Prosecutor Blackwell.
Time marches on, your partners, with or without us. I borrowed this TV phone from the aquarium, which will allow us to interact with the orca.
Oh, wait. If the cell phone could carry this... Can we blow into the cell phone? Would that work? We don't have a whistle with us, do we?
We do.
A TV phone? Very well. The court accepts it into evidence. Yeah.
Right here.
But we don't know the right signals. And we don't have... And Rhymes doesn't know, but I still think it's him, but...
We'll be able to view the defendant in question with on this large monitor. Fulbright, prepare for transmission. Ha ha ha! You've got it, Prosecutor Blackwell. We will proceed with the defendant on telecast.
So that is the orca that stands accused, is it?
Aw, she's waving her flipper at us. Maybe she's cheering us on. Order wishes Phoenix in the Saint of Luck.
Give to the fish. Oh, it's quite cute, isn't it? And this adorable creature is suspected of killing a man? Aura's really pouring on the charm, huh? Oh, Blackwell believes he's violent.
She is far from cute. She is a violent, reckless animal. That's right. Named Bobby Fulbright, and I'll take over the explaining from here. Now, I could direct your attention to this diagram of the crime scene. Following the report of an orca attack, we police raced over to the ship-shape aquarium. There, we found a guest who says she saw the orca and the victim from the visitor's corridor. As the witness was watching the orca, she suddenly went crazy and attacked the victim. The orca was the only one there, therefore no one else could have committed the crime. I'm not quite finished, but I have a portion of the autopsy report here. It's not finished?
So they didn't finish the autopsy report. Blunt force trauma all over the body.
Instant death from a brain contusion. There are signs of blunt force trauma all over the body. Interesting.
That'd be the bites from...
That wouldn't be blunt force trauma.
Yeah. So, the thought of someone sniping a coin to the back of his head isn't...
Well, the fatal blow was the head wound.
Mm-hmm. And then he got hit after? Maybe the coins fell on him? I can't imagine a terror being attacked underwater by such a large creature.
But attack it did. Prepare yourself for grisly details, Your Honor, Your Boldness. The prosecution moves to introduce our witness, Fulbright. You got it, Prosecutor Blackwell, in justice we trust. One brave lady whose fine sense of justice compelled her to speak. Coming right up.
How dare you make me wait? Don't you know I am a busy woman? I could have written an entire book for all the time I spent in that lobby. Prosecutor Blackwell?
Well...
I am Norma de Plume, and I'm a fiction writer.
Am I the only one who isn't telepathic here?
Looks like she can read into people's words just as well as I can read into people's hearts.
Not everything needs a competition, Athena.
It's just the way I personified speaking her as a rich lady. What, Norma de Plume, the great non-fiction writer, Miss Norma de Plume herself? I've read all your works and enjoyed them immensely. You're a million seller. The Great Grief of the Great Thief is one of my favorites.
What if she's not actually Norma de Plume? That'd be funny. Like,
What do you think she would be then?
She's got a different name, but she's not actually the Norma de Plume that he's referring to here.
I guess I could see it. Maybe she's like a previous trainer. I don't know. Oh, you are a fan, Your Honor. I could give you my autograph, if you'd like. Wait a second. I could swear you look much different in the photos in your book. Well, I use this one from 10 years ago in my books, so that the paparazzi won't harass me.
Sure.
The judge seems so shocked.
The visual disconnect must be really doing a number on his honor's head.
Could we get started, please? If I find you to be lacking as a judge, you will see your debut in my books. Well, that's gonna happen. Such harsh comments. You really must be the real Norma de Plume.
Who knew Mr. Plume was so famous? Enough jabbering. Tell the court what you saw and keep it brief.
I would thank you not to order me around.
I will order you around all I want.
I am perfectly willing to tell everyone what I witnessed. It was the moment of the murder. Very well then, please proceed with your testimony. The ship-shape aquarium to see the killer whale? As I was watching the killer whale from the visitor corridor, it suddenly went crazy. I saw the killer whale bite the victim to death with its huge mouth and deadly teeth.
Well, there's a contradiction.
Attempting to remain calm, I reported the incident to the police immediately.
Well, we already have our contradiction.
That adorable defendant really did all that? It must be much more vicious than it looks.
Now deliver your judgment, so I may carry out the sentence.
Objection!
The defense would like some defending first, if that's alright. Must you drag this out with your tomfoolery?
Hold it!
The defense always has the right to cross-examine the witness, you know.
A fellow inmate told me just this morning. If you want something signed, all you need is a document and a witness. Let me guess. They were convicted for contract fraud?
Yeah. Were they?
All we need in this case is evidence and the witness to convict. It's as simple as that.
That's pretty much what happened.
He's not answering the question. Looks like I guessed right. Sorry, but as Ms. Sykes said, the defense has every right to cross-examine. Isn't that correct, Your Honor?
Yes, of course. You may proceed with your cross-examination. Mr. Wright.
I shall relish the sight of you thrashing around in vain. Simon, we already know what the contradiction is. Like, it was just so obvious.
I'll let you do it.
Saw the killer whale bite the victim to death. Oh, really?
Objection!
Oh, really? It would seem that you are mistaken, Mr. Plume.
I beg your pardon?
The autopsy report does indeed say death thought to be the result of an orca attack. But the actual cause of death is contusion from the head trauma, not being bitten.
What? But I'm sure the victim was bitten. Well, she saw.
I don't believe that can be true. Security footage doesn't show anything of the kind.
Objection!
Just as I suspected. I knew you would peek at this footage behind Fulbright's back. Well, what did you expect when he wouldn't play nice and share? But unfortunately for you, the footage you saw was only a small part. Huh? Yesterday, after I decided to take this case to trial, I re-reviewed all of the evidence.
So he has the full video.
Daka, the evidence I gave you for safekeeping. Guess that hawk is higher up on the pecking order than Fulbright and Blackwell, so like.
Very well. Let's view the footage. Oh, there we go. There's the bite. What's this? Anything different? No coins on the ground either, eh?
I don't think there was coins on the ground in the original one either.
Yeah, so how did the coins drop? Because we looked down from the top and we saw coins down there. Maybe in the treasure chest? At the bottom? Because...
chest isn't open. It doesn't
Yeah,
look like
so
there's any difference. I think Orla saw him unconscious on the floor of the water and was trying to get him out.
Okay.
I think that's what Orla was doing. Orla was trying to save him. I think he was already dead at this point.
Yeah, and maybe... I think the question is does Orla have to be ordered to save him? Or does Orla do it naturally, too?
I think Orla might have done it naturally because they don't have a time of death.
Mm-hmm.
But they also said that this is incomplete, so we don't have a time of death yet.
Okay, and it's probably delayed or whacked out from the water, too. The orca is biting the victim.
This doesn't change anything, though. What does this change? Like, yes, Orla's biting him, but...
That still means he's at the bottom.
He still died to a head wound. No way!
I have to say that this appears to be a very damning evidence. No, I can't believe Orla really bit him.
Okay, now we can go side by side real quick. Because the thing is, like, what is that cloud? What is that cloud emanating from over there?
Maybe from his head? Like the back of his head, and then... Yeah, we can't see because it's like... It's by the rock.
I'm trying to see if there's any differences. Her position doesn't change at all, which kind of seems unnatural.
Could just be frozen in fear, though, maybe.
Also, where's her scarf?
Okay, here's my other question, if you want to go back to that. You know where the two diamonds are in the front?
Yeah.
Is the big shattered one, is that part of the diamond?
Big
Because that feels very unsafe for... It's the spiky thing to the left of the treasure chest.
It's a crown.
That's a crown?
I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a crown.
How is that not an upside-down diamond? That's, like, shattered or broken, or... Because it feels
It looks
very...
like a crown to me, because, like, it's... If you look at it, it's, like, 4 high points and 4 lower points all around.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very even. A shattered diamond wouldn't look like that.
But it's right by 2 of them. I don't know. Just a weird thought. Maybe something... It feels very unsafe to have an orca tank. That's all I'm saying.
And there is more. Look at this.
So we have the bite mark.
This photograph was taken while the body was being examined.
But the bite didn't go all the way through.
Doesn't look like it.
He has no sword as well. What's in his right hand?
What is that?
Not part of the octopus? Like a tentacle? There seems to be a strange bruise on the victim's right wrist.
The judge immediately calls it out. I'll have the crime lab examine the bruise and calculate its relevance to the case at hand. What's important right now is the evidence that points to what Orca is the killer. Look at the left side of the body. See Orca's tooth marks in the victim's clothes.
Yes, they do appear to suggest she did in fact bite the victim.
Again, what's the relevance? What's the relevance? It's not the death wound. It means nothing.
Okay, girl, you're slowly becoming my favorite person. Giggity. Giggity! I can't do that, though. Shirt pants,
Hold on a sec.
shirt pants.
Okay, so
All
we
that
can't
I know
see
and
it.
have a pattern shirt.
We just didn't notice it before, but yeah, it is there.
It is there.
Is there going to be a difference between these? It would be weird if there's a difference.
Maybe.
I see a difference.
What?
Do you see it?
Right wrist from the bite mark. Right wrist from the bite mark. Oh, there's no anchor. Yeah, what the hell?
Why is it gone? Why'd they take it? It would have had been them to take it off, right?
Fell in?
Like, I don't know if that matters, because, like, they might have taken it off as evidence or something, but, like, why would it have been taken off?
Told you so. And then the killer whale swam up toward the surface with the victim in its mouth.
Objection!
However, in the autopsy report, the cause of death is contusion from the head trauma.
Objection!
You are much too impetuous. Right or not? Granted, the orca biting the victim was not the cause of death. The witness was mistaken about that.
Then what explanation is there from what the witness saw?
Did I not say from the beginning? The orca toyed with the victim mercilessly.
My goodness.
After killing the victim, the defendant swam around with his dead body in her mouth. Just like any other predator toying with its prey.
Mr. Wright. The hearts of the people in the gallery are suddenly filled with fear. Fear of Orla. So the defendant bit the victim after she had killed him. But if that's the case, then we must still figure out how the defendant killed the victim. Prosecutor Blackwell, do you have a sound theory to give this to court? One of the objects down below?
I wouldn't be standing here if I couldn't prove whether the orca's heart was black or white. Just like my outfit.
But Orla is black and white. Her body, I mean.
Tina, please try to not provoke Prosecutor Blackwell. The witness also observed the actual moment of the murder. Think back, word mistress. Think back to what you observed before the orca bit the victim.
I see what you're driving at. So that was the true moment of the murder, was it?
Now, explain it in a way that even these simpletons can understand.
There you go again, ordering me around. Stop that this instant.
I don't think I will.
Whatever, I don't mind telling my story. I saw the killer whale before it toyed with the body as well. I saw it the moment it killed the victim by headbutting him. What? I don't feel like that would be it.
Orla killed the victim by headbutting him?
That's right, it ran the victim over and over again. But we have a video of the...
What?
We have a video of Orla headbutting him in the opening sequence, and he's fine.
Recall that the autopsy report stated that there were bruises all over his body. Recall as well how persistent the defendant can be when she's attacking her prey.
And we all just saw the killer whale headbutting the victim in the footage, don't forget.
You don't see the victim here, though. That footage backs up the Plume's testimony. There's also something very important it does not show. Exactly, Phoenix.
Now do you see what a menace this killer whale is?
Objection!
Sorry, but I can't allow your testimony to stand unchallenged. Looking at this footage, the orca certainly seems to be headbutting something. But you'll note that that something is not the victim.
Oh?
Where's the wind coming from? Where's the wind coming from?
I don't want to see her Marilyn Monroe it, please.
I want to look away, but I can't. Phoenix! Even if it was the victim, you couldn't have seen him from where you were, could you?
What? Oh, well, I suppose not.
Mr. Plume, did you actually witness the victim getting headbutted by the defendant?
Let's see. Oh, I remember now. As I recall, a rock in the shape of a skull was obstructing my view. Is the skull on his right wrist? Just a weird thought. Is that a skull?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. It's like maybe he slammed his hand on it or something like that. I mean, like upside down? I don't know. I guess we'll see the graphic. Oh, wait. Go to the pamphlet. What does the pamphlet look like?
There's coins around it.
I'm not seeing the pattern, am I? There's a bit of a line on it, but
Right, I think that's the same skull that's in the pit that's in the video.
yeah. The coins are hidden in the skull rock, though. So they're in the skull rock? So are you admitting that you couldn't see the victim? Yes. Yes, I suppose I am. However, immediately after headbutting the victim, came floating up. He came up from behind the skull-shaped rock, and his body was all limp. What else could I think except that the killer whale was headbutting the victim?
Objection!
But if you didn't actually see the moment of the attack itself, then it's pure conjecture.
Objection!
Must I do everything around here?
How dare you speak so rudely to me?
There's no need for hysterics. Clear your mind and recall how you reached your conclusion. Though you couldn't see what the orca was attacking, you didn't need to, did you? Because you knew she was behaving exactly as she had only 1 year prior.
1 year prior? What happened?
Huh?
Oh.
1 year ago.
That's right. Yes, that's it. That's how I knew the killer whale was headbutting the victim.
I'm sorry, but could someone explain exactly what happened a year ago? If you must know, a very similar incident occurred only last year, in which the defendant murdered her trainer.
Trainer?
Why wasn't she put down then, if that was the case?
Yeah, that actually is kind of interesting. What? The orca murdered her trainer, you say?
What? Is that really true? This is not looking good for us. You're referring...
Is that her book?
It says Norma de Plume on it, on the bottom.
It does, too.
This can't be used as evidence. Her books cannot be used as evidence. It's all in this book, nerd.
The book? The killer whale? That's Mr. Plume's latest work. I was just thinking of picking that up. Orca kills its trainer. She has a... Is that a bite mark on her sword?
It's almost exactly the same. Also, there's something... Oh. Back there, too.
Something in her right hand.
Bite marks in the sword sheath.
So she obviously wasn't harmed by the hip. Anchor. Anchor.
Yeah. She's got a whistle. Last year, the defendant killed her trainer in the middle of a show. The orca headbutted and bit the victim. Same thing she's accused of doing in this case.
I never want to go to the beach again. No, now everyone seems more convinced that Orla did it.
We were doing so well, but now everyone in this room has a bad impression of Orla. I don't want to think she did it, but it's hard to keep believing in somebody who can't even tell her side. Wait. Phoenix, Athena, you gotta believe in Orla. There's no way she killed anybody. You gotta save her. Please, I'm begging you. Sasha. What am I doing? Doubting my client like this? This is the time to be strong.
I believe in Orla, and I'm ready to fight for our clients. I'll take everybody in this courtroom on if I have to.
Don't worry, Sasha. We won't give up on Orla. We'll defend her to the very end. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. We are Orla's lawyers. Who else but us can save her? We can't give up on her now. For an instance there, you were afraid of the orca, weren't you, right, Donna? When you saw the photo of the victim from 1 year ago, you turned paler than me. He saw right through me. It's obvious you have neither guts nor the determination to defend the orca. It's true. It's true that Orla can't speak, and I don't know her thoughts. There's a certain someone who believes in Orla with all her heart. I respect the trust she has in Orla, so I'm willing to believe in Orla too. And what do you know about orcas? Nothing, that's what. So allow me to fill you in. Do you have any idea why orcas are called killer whales? Because they are cunning and merciless predators that hunt and kill even true whales.
So killer whales really are killers. What terrifying creatures indeed.
I can't bear to hear any more of such rubbish as the thrusting a killer. Can you, your boldness? No matter what you say, I will continue to believe. I don't give up that easily, you know. Dullard, you don't know when to give in, do you? Very well. I shall give you a chance to prove just how determined you are. Witness, spare no quarter and lay the full truth on them.
But of course, that is what I do, after all. Prosecutor Blackwell, what will you have the witness testify about? What she saw and what she heard, okay.
I shall have her testify about what she saw and what she heard. What she heard?
Very well, Mr. Plume, please tell the court what you saw and what you heard.
Why I feel like she's about to say she heard a whistle and that's when the whale act up.
But can she not hear the whistle?
She can't. That would be the problem. Like if she heard a whistle, it would be a different whistle than what Orla would be listening for.
Yeah. The killer whale's behavior was exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. I was calm when I saw it start to headbutt. But when the pirate hat and the victim came floating up, I let out a scream.
We haven't discussed the pirate hat yet. So I think we need to press here for sure.
So the orca displayed the same behavior during an incident a year ago. That's right, those weren't just simple cries, it was singing. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. It kept headbutting while it sang the Swashbuckler Spectacular song. That's right, it was singing the same song it sang in the aquarium stage show back then. It was singing while it was headbutting. Oh, it was perfectly horrible.
Because that's what it's meant to do in the video.
Watch the video again.
In the video, like...
It sings. Yeah, so... headbutts and then plays the song.
And
So
part
it's
of
doing
her
its...
training.
Yeah. Headbutt, take the hat, sing the song, as exactly in the video.
I don't see a single obvious inconsistency in his testimony. Clearly, I won't be able to take apart her statements as evidence alone. Oh!
You're right, now would be a good time for me to put my skills to work. Hey! Let's go, let's go. It's time to show what analytical psychology can really do.
You seem pretty confident. Let me guess. You noticed a contradiction between her testimony and her emotions.
You bet I did. And once we expose it, we might just be able to crack her. No, scratch that. Make it, we'll definitely be able to.
Let's give your knowledge of analytical psychology a try.
You got it, boss. A complete analysis of Mr. Plume's heart. Coming right up. Oh, I love this song. Killer Whale's behavior is exactly the same as a year ago. As I approached the pool, the killer whale suddenly started singing. So it sang already? I was calm when I saw it. Wait, go back, go back.
Oh, no, it's the last one.
She doesn't see the body here, though.
No, but look how high her fear is right here. She sees the body and it's low.
Oh, good point.
It drops.
Got it!
What? Come on!
No, she's really scared before she saw the body, right? So it's got to be the previous one, bottom left.
Got it!
Mr. Plume, Orla really frightened you with her headbutting, didn't she?
Be absurd. I certainly was not frightened by the likes of any killer whale. It must have been something else that scared her then, boss. However, I do remember being very afraid for some reason while it was doing that. Shaking, maybe cracking noises? It sounds like maybe you saw something we haven't discussed yet. Take your time and try to remember what it was. What did you see?
It's practically turning into a counseling session.
It's a fun game. I saw something. Remember now? Down to 50. Okay, good. Now if... Okay, good. Now if you could please tell the court what you saw. I saw bright red blood. The killer whale's ramming caused the victim to bleed. There was a really great cloud of blood.
Okay, so yeah, there's a cloud she saw. What?
Yes, that's it. That's why I was so sure. They are M-rated. That's when I knew the killer whale had killed a person for the second time. Well, that was a very compelling statement indeed. Looking at this again, there does appear to be something that could be a cloud of blood.
So terror was a reaction to blood, was it? It would certainly explain what happened only yesterday. But so the blood wouldn't be the victims then. He didn't really bleed that much.
I was badly injured during an interview once. Ever since then, I've been terrified of blood.
It's like the only bloody wound is his head. That big plume of red would not have come from his head. There's no way.
The very sight of it dreadfully upsets my delicate sensibilities.
This is a bad turn. Mr. Plume saw blood. And does that mean Orla really did attack the victim? It would appear that orcas are even more vicious than I am. So how does it feel to be thoroughly rammed by your own cross-examination, right, Dono?
What do we do now, boss?
The testament was not at all what I expected to hear.
Wait a minute. There's still some discord left in Mr. Plume's heart. Did she pass out?
What?
Wait, how?
You mean there's more?
Yes, but there's no telling what it is. It could be something even more damaging.
Is there even anything left of our case to damage? Well, whatever it is, we have to face it head on. Cena, you believe in Orla, right? So, there's no reason for us to shy away from the truth.
Yeah, you're right.
I know we can handle the truth, whatever it is. Let's delve a little deeper.
You got it, boss.
Okay, and now I think it's a question of like why the fear has gone down. Because like seeing the blood is more fearful than seeing him. Is that what they're going for here? Why would she be
She's shocked that it's singing.
Yeah, that's another thing. Is why she's shocked that it's singing. But I don't know if that's relevant.
And then she went towards the pool and she wasn't shocked?
Got it!
Yeah, that's it.
No. Huh? Her fear appears to lessen at this statement. Mr. Plume, were you afraid when you saw the victim with blood coming out of him?
My, that's a very good question. I was shaking after witnessing a murder, yes, but then the blood seemed to disappear.
Disappear? And why do you suppose that was?
It was because of the pirate hat. After the killer whale put the hat on, the cloud of blood disappeared.
The blood came from Orla.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Objection!
How sharp is the skull rock? Maybe he was like tethered to it and then drowned, or
And how exactly does that work?
how should I know? I'm just telling you what I remember, blue boy.
Wait a minute. Who was this blood that the plume saw was actually coming from? I think
The-
it's
the
I think it
orca.
came from Orla.
Take that!
You gotta get. Yeah, we've never seen Orla without the hat.
Consider this. Maybe the one who was bleeding wasn't the victim.
I beg your pardon. What kind of ridiculous nonsense is that? There was no one else in that pool beside the victim.
Oh, I wouldn't say there was no one else. It is an orca pool after all. What? Then where is the alleged injury on the defendant? I'm not sure, but if simply wearing a pirate hat made the blood disappear, then the blood must have been coming from somewhere on Orla's head.
What?
The orca's head. What are you prattling on now?
Please think about it again, Mr. Plume. Think back to what you really saw. That is... The one who was bleeding was not the victim, but the killer whale? I remember now. There wasn't any blood coming from the victim after all.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
We did it. Analytical psychology got us what we needed from her.
It was a huge help, Athena. It's all pretty dicey for a while, though.
Well, this is a surprise. The blood on the witness saw was the defendant's, not the victim's.
That is correct. And since there was no blood coming from the victim, there's only one thing we can conclude. What Mr. Plume witnessed was not the moment of the murder, as she claims.
Objection!
I thought you weren't unarmed. I thought you were unarmed. But it turns out you were concealing a sword all along. Nevertheless, it is far too dull to cut down a bone. Meaning? I grant that what the witness saw was not the victim's blood, but it proves nothing. After all, being rammed doesn't always result in a wound that bleeds, does it? Death from internal hemorrhaging is also a possibility. He has a point there. If you wish to challenge me to a duel, you'll need a sharper blade than that, right, Dono? I demand evidence that proves the witness did not see the moment of the murder. There must be something. Think, Phoenix. If I'm correct, then the victim's death occurred before.
Before.
It would have to be before. There's no other way. The victim was already dead when Orla started her headbutt. Then that would mean he died of something before Mr. Plume was watching her. The events that Mr. Plume witnessed took place at around 10:10 a.m. Must have something that can tell us about what happened before 10 a.m.
A security camera? Nothing there. Starts at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Take that!
We've only seen the footage from 10:09 to 10:10 a.m. Which means there's still footage going further back that we need to check. Your Honor, I request that all of the security footage be played for the court.
All of the footage?
Mr. Plume witnessed a cloud of blood at around 10:10 a.m., but I believe the victim was already dead by that time.
So your assertion is that the murder took place before Mr. Plume arrived?
Exactly. Security camera footage starts at 10 a.m. when the aquarium opened. I believe that is vital evidence in the 10 minutes before. You are quite a gambling man, right, Donna? Are you honestly willing to risk everything on those mere 10 minutes? I've bet on slimmer chances before, but when he put it in that way. But still, also, something could have happened before the camera started as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if in these 10 minutes we don't see the victim going down there, that's a huge problem. It's like, when did the victim get down there? It would have had to been long before.
Hold it!
My boss is no coward, prosecuted Backwell, so I suggest you get ready to eat humble pie.
Uh-oh. I can't back down now.
Well, if the defense is that confident in its importance. Prosecutor Blackwell, the security footage?
Fulbright. Roger. I'll have the rest of the security footage right. I have the rest of the security footage right here.
Very well. Please play it for the court.
Please have something for me. My guess is it's going to be blank, but then we're going to point out like the victim not being in it at all in that 10 minutes.
My guess is something weighs the captain down.
This is what it looked like at 10:10 a.m. The witness can be seen here. All right, I'll just back the footage up to the beginning now.
Okay. Swimming with nothing around. It appears Mr. Plume hasn't arrived yet at this point.
Now to see if I can find something from before this point in time. Everything looks the same still.
Yeah.
Nothing different. So that means the victim had to have gotten in there before. And that's a huge problem. Is that it? Yep, that's all the footage there is.
Well, Mr. Roy, did you see what you were looking for?
A lack of the victim.
We got nothing.
Well, right, Dono. Those were the 10 minutes you placed your bet on. Do you see anything of significance? Yes, I did. Did I see anything important? I better think carefully. In this footage, we see nothing important. There's literally nothing important, and that's what's so significant.
Can we look at it again?
No, I don't think so.
Real quick? Okay, try nothing, but maybe there was a shadow or something.